is now main event time for night one. And oh boy, do I have a story for y'all. It is CM Punk taking on the world's heavyweight champion, Gunther, in the main event of night one. My good buddy, he's been on the show before. His name is Alex Green. He texted me. He was texting me throughout the show, kind of like you were for a little bit. And he was texting me, and he said, hey, quick question. Is this your first time seeing Punk live since his return? And I asked Steph, I said, is this the first time? And it turns out, after some discussion, not only is this the first time, but ironically enough, the last time we saw Punk live was in that building at WrestleMania 29 against The Undertaker. It's the last time we've ever seen him live. So, full fucking circle for us. That was 2013, and when we saw him again in 2025. And he should have been in the main event of that WrestleMania, but he wasn't. He was in the main event of this SummerSlam, however, for the world title. Now, before I say anything about my story, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this match. It's a world title match, CM Punk, Gunther. You can even get into the ending if you want to. But what were your thoughts on this as a match? Because this one was 30 minutes, longest match on the card, and as good as I thought it was, I felt this match. This was 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt this one. And this is two of my favorite wrestlers in the world. And this one for me was dragging ass a little bit. This one, I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. I wasn't shocked to see 30 minutes. There were a few moments where I'm like, okay, I think we can, we're dragging it a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. For a 30-minute match, it wasn't that bad, as far as like that feeling. But no, man, as I'm watching this and I'm watching these two guys go, for one with Punk, I just remember, we're almost 2 years ago, right? No, yeah. Almost 2 years ago where we were having that conversation. And I'm like, man, I don't really know the big deal about Punk. And like, I started growing on me and I see it. The guy can work. He's doing, especially at his age right now. He works very well. And Gunther is the main one that I think about is what I said during the live show about how it just makes me it kind of makes me sad of like Gunther's time and his run right now is being, it just is what it is. He's being overshadowed by the storylines at the moment. So he's doing the works right now to quite a few people because of the moment. But it just sucks because every time you see this guy in the fucking ring, it's just like, if there's anybody that should be on one of those Roman Reigns runs right now, it's Gunther. His mic work, he always has me laughing when he's on the microphone.
Yeah, he's
always.
good. He's good.
His ring work, I'm always at the edge of my seat watching him fight.
He might be the best wrestler in the world.
Dude,
second
to me right now, pound for pound, like in the ring entertainment, he is probably not number one. Like, not by a long shot, but he's definitely my number one worker in the ring.
He's probably my number two. I'm still giving the nod to Chad Gable.
Fair. That's fair. I cannot argue with that. And I'll even probably have those two in the same area when it comes to mic work, but I give Gunther the one up.
The edge? Okay.
Like his mic work is but he's just so well rounded. Perfect package. That classic wrestling gear, attire in the ring, like just something very classic about him. And it like I said, he should be on that Roman Reigns run right now, but there's just so many things happening that's bigger than him that is kind of overshadowing. So that's the one thing that I kind of like thought a lot as I enjoyed this match. And for me, 5 stars on that finish, man. I love the way Gunther sold that go to sleep. When he got hit with the first one, that dude was at the perfect angle where I really thought he was going to fall, and he just never did. He just the spit out of his mouth. He's fighting to stay up. The cut. That cut was. It started there. The cut was so well sold by him. It almost as if it's almost like he felt exposed for the first time. The way he sold it was like, I'm bleeding. Like no one. I don't bleed. Like he made it look like almost like he felt like he was weak there for a second.
Yeah, which a lot of people criticized. They thought, well, Gunther's the kind of wrestler. Why would he feel vulnerable bleeding? They expected him to fire up and get aggressive, not cower.
What?
And,
no,
yeah.
It's like, what's that shit? You don't make me bleed my own blood.
Yeah,
like it was that. It's like it's like for a moment he realized his armor was dented.
Yeah.
Like it was, I don't know, the way he sold that shit was just he completely forgot he was fighting Punk there for a minute, and he was so hyper focused on the fact that he was bleeding.
Right.
The way he sold it was absolutely beautiful.
I give
to go into the go to sleep.
Yeah.
And the way he sold that shit, and then the last go to sleep. I love the way he sold that too, because he hit his feet like he was trying to stay up again and just dropped straight down. The selling was so fucking good at the very. It was just good. That ending was amazing. I don't think I've experienced, me personally, an ending like that in a little bit.
I gave people the comparison when I started arguing about the way that he sold the blood. I was like, for anybody who has seen Rocky IV, you know that was a brilliant sell. Because it was the same thing. Drago was this unbeatable, uncuttable, unbelievable individual. And then Rocky hit him, and he panicked when he saw the blood. And then his corner was like, you see, he's not a machine. He's a man. he's a man. We can knock his bitch ass. I'm editing, of course, the ending to that. But yes, I love the way that he sold that. Now, Jesus Christ. This is going to bring all the PTSD back to me right now. Okay? So, this is our third time in this building. And we don't drive to MetLife because it's impossible to get out of there. Impossible. So, what we do is we drive to Midtown. I have a few spots picked out where I know I can get some parking, and it's really close to the Garden. And we ended up parking, like, literally on the block of the Garden, and we hopped on a train. I've told this story on previous episodes before. One of the earlier episodes, what was it, episode 30-something, the Raucous and Secaucus. That was one of my favorite episodes because it documented our journey to MetLife for the first time for WrestleMania 29. And I had made mention that Secaucus stunk that day. And then we went for 35, and I was trying to see. No stink. And for the record, folks, this weekend, no stink. They fixed everything. This place is wonderful now. So we did that again. We took the trains in. So because we have to take a train back into the city, it's always a mad rush to get to the train. So in order to beat the rush, we'll watch most of the match. And then I always tell Steph, that first false finish, that one where you think it's over, 1, 2, and then they kick out, we'll start walking to the escalator because you can still see the match from the escalator. So we did that the first time when it was Rock Cena. It worked out great. We got to see the end of the match, and then we went down by then we beat the entire rush, so we're not even running. We're just walking down the escalator out to the train, and the moment we put our butts into that train, you could see the horde and see if people were running toward the train. Second time at MetLife, we did that again. This time it was 35, so it was Becky, Sasha, and Ronda Rousey. We got to see Becky Two Belts win the championship. We watched it by the escalator. Same escalator, by the way, through 2 times in a row. And we went down the escalator, caught the train. So the third time, this weekend, we found out that our seats, once again, and I'm not planning this, it's by that same fucking escalator, nearby. So I was like, all right, this is great. We'll watch Punk Gunther. As soon as the falsy hits, we'll go by the escalator, right? This time, I got a little nervous because I wasn't the only one with the escalator idea this time. There were other people watching. So I was like, all right, cool. So Punk and Gunther, they have that big false finish with the bomb, and the blood shortly came after. I said, okay, escalator. We went to the escalator. Punk hits the exact finish that you just described. 1, 2, 3. Punk is the world's champion. So we hop on the escalator and we start bouncing. We start leaving. Right? We get to about the gate to where the stadium is, because we noticed that the train area is gated, but the bus area is not. And I don't like the bus. I take the train. So I'm start walking over to security people asking about the train. It's like, we're trying to get on this train. And he goes, well, we're not letting anybody on the train just yet. We're going to wait for the crowd to form here. And when we get enough people, we'll put them on the train and send the train out. He goes, but if you're trying to leave now, you could take the bus. And I said, well, I'm not really feeling the bus. So I'm talking to this guard trying to get on this fucking train. When while I'm talking to this guy, we hear, burn it down! And I stopped talking. And the dude's staring at me because I was like mid-sentence. And my face dropped. And Steph goes, let's run back inside. And the guard by the gate said, So I'm outside the building while Seth is doing all that stuff that you guys saw on the show. And I wasn't the only one that left. There was a few people that left. And we can't get back in to see it. So I popped on the Peacock app real quick to catch what was happening, what we're missing. And the Peacock app is behind, I gotta say, like 20, 30 seconds. It's behind. So what I'm hearing live, I'm not seeing it. I'm noticing that there's a lag there. So I see Seth beating Punk with the briefcase on the phone, but then the building goes bananas. Huge building shaking like pop. And I hear the and I was like, no fucking way. And then the phone catches up, and it was a cash-in, and the championship is now around Seth Rollins' waist. And I looked at the security guard, and I said, which way is the bus? And I just got on the fucking bus. Now, I wasn't the only one on the bus. And I had the phone on, mad loud. And I get on the bus. And everyone's listening to my phone as I walk by them. And they go, is that Rollins' music? And then Steph goes, yeah, he just cashed in. And the whole bus went, what? That's right, folks. We're all a bunch of losers.
This is the short bus today,
yeah,
boy.
Today this is the doofus bus.
If you ain't never been on the short bus, you on one today,
Everybody
boy.
on, because no one thought to put their phones on. I'm the only one with my phone on, and the whole bus just went, are you fucking serious? Did all of us just miss the cash in? And we went, yeah. Yeah, we all missed
rush
the
out,
fucking
see?
cash. Now, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I don't necessarily regret not getting on that train.
After the shame subsides, yeah, at least I'm almost home.
Yeah, we got home fast as fuck. I left that last match and everything ended like around 9:30, 9:45. We got home maybe like within an hour. And I'm talking about from MetLife to I'm parking the car by my house. Like, it was not that bad of a travel day. But yeah, missing out on that cash in was a fucking terrible fucking feeling. Terrible fucking feeling. But I will toss to you and say that when we were on the live, I had said, and I'll say this proudly, that while you made a tremendous case for why you were kind of at least hoping that it would be a work, the leg injury, I was not sold that it was a work because of the history. His leg up until this point had never been a work.
It had always been a shoot.
And then the way that you broke down how the dynamic of that group really works, and there's really no sense in having it if it doesn't have that presence and da 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 da. And I'll give you a Steph comment, which was hilarious because on the bus we were talking about it, we died laughing during the opening match between Roman and Jay against the Bron Brons. Heyman came out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and she goes, "Why the fuck is he out here with the Money in the Bank briefcase with no Seth Rollins around? He's not going to be around for a while. Why is he even holding it out here?" And then on the bus, a lightning bolt hit her in the head, and she went, oh, "That was a fucking Easter egg.
That was foreshadowing.
That was an Easter egg. There was no reason for him to have it out there at that exact moment. But now how the night ended, that was his way of telling people, oh, this is going to be important. I got to have this with me tonight." And then the whole thing went down. The work part aside, in your opinion, was this the right choice?
Absolutely.
To end this show.
100%.
Cool.
You are never listen, that dude, if there's any human in this world has earned my respect in this fucking business, Seth Rollins can do no wrong. That man has a first class ticket in my fandom. Like I there's no way. When I heard that music hit, I didn't even scream. I just said, yes.
Yes. I think you texted me and said, back where it belongs.
Back where it fucking belongs, man. That man should have never had to drop that fucking belt. And if the story was for him to drop that belt, it didn't go down the way it should have been. Yet, even when all that was happening with his busted up fucking leg, he finished the play all the way down to the very fucking end. And everyone in that building and every wrestler in that fucking ring looked at that man in the face and said, you somehow weren't even the big part of this whole storyline, yet became the fucking MVP of it. And that dude, and to see that happen, and I know the Punk story was supposed to happen with him, and all that stuff went down. Punk getting hurt, him getting hurt, Cody Rhodes taking over the universe, Rock getting pushed to the side, which that's something notable within itself. All that shit happening, but for Seth, through his eyes, it didn't go the way that it should have. So hopefully, knock on wood, he stays healthy and they run the play they were supposed to run. And now we have I don't want any third wheels, please, because we had a third wheel when they were going back and forth with each other, and I think that was to kind of soften the blow between the two because they were both still kind of recovering. But I feel like at this point they're at a position where they can run the play that they were supposed to run with these two, and we're going to get it from the perspective that we should have had it 2 years ago.
Roughly,
right?
Yeah, right about.
So I'm hoping this goes to Mania.
Whew. Got a long ways to go. Long road to hoe.
Yeah, it'll feel long.
To get back to Vegas.
We'll see what happens. But this is, regardless of where it lands, this is the play that was supposed to happen. And I think Punk wants it. And I also think Seth wants this. So let's see these two come together and do the work that everyone is hoping that they can do together. Keep the third wheels out of the way, please. I want it to just be these two, not a three-way bullshit we kept getting.
And the rivalry on the biggest stage.
Yes.
Also,
I'm so excited for this.
I would like to also do a little bit of a boo-boo to all of you out there that really thought that Punk's ego was going to eat himself up in WWE. For him to agree to have that moment and then have it literally immediately squashed a few seconds later for the sake of a storyline that, as you just said, which is very true, they both really, really wanted to do. There's your growth right there, folks. There's someone saying, yeah, I think this is bigger than me. In that specific situation, because this doesn't work with Punk being the champion. This works with Seth being the champion.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. All he really wanted was some PTO, some
Yeah,
health care.
that's all he
and
wanted.
this.
I
That's
just-
all. Look, I will play ball. He was just hangry, guys. He was fucking hangry, and he had a boo-boo in his knee or wherever the fuck it was, and he couldn't get any help, and he was really sad and depressed. He's happy now. I'll do the work. Let's work. I don't care.
He's on that Brock
I'm gonna
Lesnar
go back and get
schedule.
some snacks, lay down, get some sleeps. It's gonna be great. We're having a good time here.
He's on that Brock Lesnar schedule right now. He's not even
As it
wrestling
should
every
be.
week, which is good. Yeah, it preserves him.
With all due respect, he looks very brittle. He works.
He does,
But he looks brittle.
Yeah.
Like you can see the age on his body.
Yeah, he's. I don't know how much.
And
time.
AJ ain't too far behind him either. I ain't gonna hold you.
Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least
We'll
he's
get to that.
At least he's already planning his exit. But
He's cooking though. He's like always. He's cooking, but for some reason, when I see the two, I relate that to them both. Right? Like I see the age on them. You can just see it.